Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is having a great day out there, great night. Let's go ahead and see who we have here for today. Like I said, we did ourselves a bit of a member live stream. Oh, sorry, I'm out of breath. I had to run to go live. I literally was inside my main house. I was like, oh shoot, it's time to go live again. But anyways, my friends, what's up everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's go ahead and see who we have here for today. As of right now, we have Pilot, we have Mark. Let's see here. We have Misty, we have Karen, we have Roadster Jim, we have SLDS, we have, let's see here, Royalty, Karen, I already said Karen. We have Andrea, we have Swanky, we have Caden, with respect. We have Bella, Tom, John, let's see here, Commander, let's see here, SLDS. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. So this is the storm. This is actually the storm system that's going to be driving the snow across portions here of the Mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, Northeast. Just right now, it's popping off across Texas right now. Actually, there is already a bit of snow on it. It is actually snowing across portions here of the panhandle of Texas. I think we are expecting upwards of around 5 inches of snow out in some of those areas there. So, you know, good amount. Obviously, a lot of rainfall, too, with it. Let's go and pause on the latest frame. So, yeah, a lot of rain moving into central Texas right now, also moving into central Oklahoma. This whole storm system is going to be sweeping to the east overall and will be catching across the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, which will be driving a lot of snow from what things look like. But anyways, what's up, Tyler? Hope you're doing good. We have Eradicate. What's up? Let's see here. Need to know if I need to attach my snowplow here in St. Louis. St. Louis. I don't think you're going to need to, at least with the first storm here. Let's go and hop over here to the model. So we're taking a look at the GFS model. This is our latest run we have coming through here. So at least out of the first storm system, there could be a little bit of snow for those areas out by St. Louis, but not a whole lot to really do anything. The second storm system here for the 8th and 9th, we should watch out for it because, you know, it depends on what model you look at. Some models show more than others. But, yeah, for example, GFS does show St. Louis getting a little bit of something. CMC model, which is another run here, another model here, has it barely getting anything. It's still obviously very uncertain. I mean, this model here doesn't even show hardly any snow at all for St. Louis. So, at the moment now, I don't think you need to attach it. But we'll see. We'll definitely see here overall. Let's see here. Hello from Alabama, says Mazia. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But anyways, let's go ahead and get over here to the east, my friends. We're going to talk about this big boy, the big storm system that's going to be rolling through here. So starting off with the GFS model. So right now we have high pressure, basically a big ridge right over the Ohio Valley. basically, in simple terms, just saying that it's clear. There's not a whole lot of stuff going on right now across these regions. This is basically the calm before the storm rolling through. So as we approach our way, so the time, by the way, guys, is right here. If you guys want to follow the time, it's just above me here. And please note that this is in Eastern time. So for the East, if you're in the Central time zone, just subtract an hour. It's that simple. So we work our way down in time according to the GFS model. The winter weather is really going to start here for the late 5th into the early 6th. Now, for the Mid-Atlantic, though, we're going to start to see a bit of mixture. Precipitation seems to be quite likely across, like upper elevations of North Carolina, southwestern Virginia, portions here of central and southern West Virginia. It's going to start off, like I said, right around early morning for the 6th. It's going to start off around that time. We're going to start to see some ice in terms of sleet, freezing rain. And then as we approach the early afternoon, this is going to start to turn into more snow. Still will be most likely icing across portions here of central, kind of west central Virginia into pretty much southeastern West Virginia. Still a little bit of snow. Remember, this is one model, by the way. We're just kind of, looking at all the models here because it's obviously good to grab as much opinions as possible here. Let's see here. Andrew says, what am I seeing snow? Or even bad. I'll see Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee is not going to see anything out of this. It's just going to be rain for you guys. Anyways, but yeah, where I was carrying off here is until the evening of the 6th here. Into the evening, we're going to be seeing ourselves a bunch of that snow working its way across those regions like Pennsylvania, moving into New York at this time, northern New Jersey. By the evening of the 6th will start to occur. Now, the heaviest of the snowstorms is going to be happening for the 7th, actually, from the morning into the afternoon. Look at this, for 1 p.m., which is noon Central Time. Nothing really going on in the central states at that point. But here for the east, the northeast here, out there by, like Rhode Island and, let's see here, out there by like Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Massachusetts, Connecticut. We have ourselves New Jersey. A lot of the northeast states is really going to be getting hit pretty good. As that central low tracks its way from southeast Virginia and just kind of rides up the coast, as a nor'easter here. So as you can see in the dark blue is basically saying heavy snow, real heavy snow here. So we'll definitely need to look out there for that. So it's starting off here, like I said, for the morning of the 6th, afternoon, traveling into the evening, the morning of the 7th. And then as we approach the afternoon, evening of the 7th, it really kicks off. Now, the storm should be out of the region here by the 8th. By the 8th, it should be out of the regions. But then, later on, there's another big storm system to follow right behind it. This one seems to be bringing a little bit more precipitation, a little bit more snowfall for some of those upper elevations. But for the northeast, a lot of warm air is going to be infiltrating the region. So whatever snow falls here is probably going to quickly melt, considering a lot of warm air is going to be brought up from this system. So a bunch of warm air coming up from the south, which will allow for a lot of rain to fall, which will allow for the snow on the ground to melt pretty quickly. Rain, especially warm rain, which I don't think this will be warm. It's more than likely very cold rain, but still it would actually allow for snow to melt very quickly. So that's one model. That's one opinion here with the heaviest across the the coastal northeast here overall. But let's go ahead and hop over here to another model. Let's actually look at here at the CMC model. Here's another model run. So we start our way down in time, and you can see here for the afternoon of the 6th, same thing pretty much. A lot of ice across portions here of western Virginia seems to be a good possibility. So we're talking a lot of freezing rain. We're talking ourselves also a lot of sleet potential across those regions there, and a lot of heavy snowfall working its way across portions of Pennsylvania, Maryland, possibly even like Ohio, maybe some in Indiana as well. So it's something to watch out there. Remember, that's there for the afternoon, right at the beginning of the afternoon here for the 6th. Then, as we approach into the evening of the 6th, things really start to blow up here across, like Western Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania, according to this model, as that low pressure system tracks its way here and rapidly strengthens as it moves its way to the northeast. Now, this model mostly keeps these coastal areas. So basically, like south and central, like New Jersey, Long Island, eastern sides of like Massachusetts near like Nantucket and those regions out there. Mostly it remains as rain, according to this model. But once again, I mean, we see a consistency here between the American GFS model and this model being the CMC model. This one actually showing us, once again, some heavy snowfall across the Northeast, which definitely is something we definitely need to look out there for. So, and of course, here, as we approach the 8th, things clear out. So it'll be gone by the 8th here. It's going to really start to fire off here for the morning of the 6th. The heaviest stuff is going to really start kicking off for the evening of the 6th into the 7th. That's whenever the heaviest is likely going to occur. But it's going to start off as a bunch of mixture precipitation, some snow, rain, kind of a bunch of a mix here. And then, of course, as the system travels to the northeast here across the northeast coast, it'll start to strengthen overall. So anyways, so that's that model. Let's go and take a look here at the icon. Then we'll hop over to the ECMWF. So the icon doesn't really show much of any winter precipitation. The reason is because this model just does not, or so I should say mixture precipitation. The reason is because this in particular model does not calculate for sleet or freezing rain. This is just between snow and rain, so that's why you don't see any ice on it. But relatively same idea, guys. I mean, starting off as a bunch of snowfall across like Western Virginia extreme side. Like I was mentioning in the member live stream today, whenever it comes to it here, y'all, for portions of the panhandle of West Virginia, I think you guys are locked in at this point. I think you guys in those upper elevations of West Virginia, in the panhandle, at least, like I was saying, I think you guys are pretty daggone set. Same thing for like South Central Pennsylvania. I think you guys are probably going to get hit pretty good overall. And then, of course, the system does roll out by the 8th here. So anyways, let's go ahead and hop on over here. We're going to take a look at a few things here. We're going to hop over to the hazards real quickly. So this is the current mess we have right now. Let's actually go ahead and region this here. So there you go. So this is the current hazards we have in effect here. These are actually winter storm watches, meaning that winter storm conditions are possible. So obviously we have ourselves, the upper elevations here of North Carolina. We have a lot of winter storm watches, meaning that winter weather, heavy impacts regarding winter weather could be possible. Basically over the next, I believe, 36 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I think they issue it about 36 hours before the event happens. But you can see all of these winter storm watches literally worked their way all the way throughout, all the way as far down south as southwestern North Carolina, cutting straight through western Virginia into the panhandle of West Virginia, bits of central western Maryland, a lot of southern, south central northeastern Pennsylvania, into southeast New York. And so you can obviously see where these winter storm watches are in effect. Now, let me tell you that areas out there by New York City and Long Island are not in the winter storm watches. Like I was saying, the models seem to be showing a lot of rain for these areas rather than snow, just simply because a lot of warm air is going to be pulling up across the East Coast. So it's going to allow for anything like that to pretty much just be normal precipitation. But yeah, so all across the this blue color, guys, this is where we need to be really looking out for. Honestly, specifically, I would really say, based off of what the models are showing, we have really got to look out for a lot of these areas in here, I believe, especially out there by like, central western Massachusetts. I think you guys probably might be in some of the heaviest of the accumulations here. So that is that's the watches we have right now. We'll continue watching them tomorrow. They'll probably issue those warnings, and I do believe they're going to be kind of hopping all around here. We might get some more extended to the west. We might get some in southeastern Pennsylvania. I think they will probably end up doing that. We're probably just we're just determining what's going on, but I think a few of them could also be extended into southeastern Pennsylvania. But we'll see. Anyways, but let's go ahead, hop over here to the European model. That's one of the main models. We did not look at the Euro yet. Kind of waited to do that with you guys. So let's go and look at that. And then we'll look at the National Weather Service blend here. So overall, when it comes to the ECMWF, which is the main European model here, with this storm system, we track our way down in time, and you can see a lot of mixture of precipitation here for basically the late morning, early afternoon of the 6th, possibly snowing across areas of like southern Ohio at this point, central northern Kentucky, eastern West Virginia, some of a winter mix possible across like those upper elevations between the border between western North Carolina and eastern Tennessee. And of course, we have ourselves, once again, like all the models are pretty much depicting a bunch of ice, sleet, freezing rain across portions of like, west central Virginia, being a good possibility, just pretty much south of the Shenandoah Valley here. So that is pretty much what the ECMWF has to say regarding those areas. Then we work our way down in time, showing a lot of heavy snow for northern Virginia, central and western Maryland here. This model actually has a bit more snow for Virginia, I've noticed, and it really starts to wrap up. I mean, we really start to get some heavy snowfall for the late 6th into the early 7th as that low pressure system starts to amplify. And as that storm system does continue to grow, it's going to be working its way here to the northeast. Look at the pressure. Right at this frame, it's 1,000 millibars, and as we approach the northeast, it rapidly strengthens into the mid-990s. This real heavy snow is going to be starting to fall across, like New Jersey, New York State, Pennsylvania, obviously Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. And of course, this thing, as all models do suggest, this thing is going to be out by the 8th as high pressure, a big dome, another ridge of high pressure builds into the mid-Atlantic Ohio Valley, which allows things to calm back down. But yeah, so anyways, so that's what the ECMWF actually shows. The European model actually has gone a little crazy with this latest run, so it's definitely a little interesting to say. Now let's go ahead and look at the accumulations according to these models. Let's go and hop our way over here to the 10-to-1 ratio. So this is, once again, do not take one in particular model seriously. I mean, just, gather some information for what we see on these models. It's obviously good to look at more than one model because, models are obviously not perfect. So whatever accumulation you might see out of one in particular model, do not get your hopes up based off of that, okay? I'll let you guys know the overall total expectancy here in a little bit. So European model we're going to start off with since we're already on it. The Euro shows a pretty good amount of snowfall. Look at this. So we're talking areas here all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and circle this region. So this is basically the area where 6 plus inches of snow is possible. So the model here, the European model shows 6 plus inches in these regions here. Everywhere else should be in the dark blue about, maybe 2 to 4 inches across those regions, 1 to 3 across this shade of blue, more in the lighter mid shades there. About 1 to 3 inches there, 2 to 4 across the dark blue, and we start going 6 plus once we approach this region here, which is definitely pretty interesting. So, but then look at this. So then you see some areas we're getting close to near a foot. If you look real closely across some areas out there by like central Massachusetts, really in these areas here, we're talking literally probably 8 to 12 inches, as the models do show. So once again, here's the European model. This is the ECMWF, and like I said, maybe some instances over a foot in some areas could not be ruled out. And like I said, some of these areas that we were talking about. So those areas has the heaviest potential regarding snowfall. So that's one model though. Like I was saying, take that with a grain of salt here. It's obviously good to look at more than one in particular model. So next up, we have the GFS here. This is the American long range, and you see a lot of differences for the most part. A lot less snowfall for like northern Virginia. We're talking a lot of snowfall though for eastern West Virginia. Some areas here, possibly 8 to 10 inches in some zones. Could be pretty hefty. But one thing you can actually notice between the two models is that they both show 6 plus inches across these regions here. And not to mention the heaviest snowfall being across these regions here, which is definitely really interesting. So we're talking out there by Boston, maybe a little over a foot, maybe right around a foot, according to the GFS model. Providence, Rhode Island, same thing, maybe around 12, 14 inches or so, according to the GFS. Connecticut, obviously, it's kind of a drop-off point here the more northwest you go. About 3 to 5 out there by northwestern side, and then the southeastern side, according to this model, is a little over a foot, which is definitely pretty crazy. But like I said, that's just one model. You can see that there is still a little bit of disagreement overall. Next up, this is the GDPS model. This is the Canadian long-range model. So the Canadian model shows relatively similar things. Actually, this really kind of takes the European and the the European and the GFS model. Kind of gets both of their opinions here. So overall, I mean, yeah, once again, those same areas here, possibly even higher than a foot, according to the GDPS model. So, I think the heaviest accumulation out of this storm, guys, at least from what I'm seeing now, is going to be across portions, near southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, Massachusetts, central northern Rhode Island, Connecticut, and south, side here of New York State. I think that's probably where a lot of the heaviest accumulations out of the storm in general is going to be taking place. But yeah, so So definitely, we also have some localized spots here across the Panhandle of West Virginia, as well as an isolated spot or two across South Central Pennsylvania that possibly could get near a foot, if not right around a foot. But remember, that is just one model's opinion there. But yeah, so models definitely are doing pretty crazy. Here's one more model before we dive into the blend here. This is the UK Met, and this one honestly kind of lowballs the system a little bit. A lot more lower than what the typical models have been showing here. Possibly. Some instances maybe between 6 to 12 inches across those upper elevations there towards West Virginia being possible, and obviously the Northeast once again some areas getting near a foot. A lot of models have actually been kind of talking right near a foot, near central portions of Massachusetts. So I think that could be a good possibility. So if you live out there in Massachusetts, this might be a good storm for you, especially if you live there kind of slightly west of, portions here, Boston. Boston itself will probably have some pretty good accumulation overall. But anyways, so let's go ahead and hop over here to the NWS blend here. Now, this is taking a bunch of models and kind of mashing them together, averaging out snowfall and stuff like that. So, this is the blend of models, takes a bunch of models, blends them together. So this is the one I would mostly trust as of now. I would mostly go off of this model as of right now. In these regions, we're talking, basically 6+ inches. So basically, a lot of, eastern New York State, northern Connecticut, northern Rhode Island, a lot of Massachusetts, pretty much, Boston and west. Obviously, southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont, and southern Maine here too. 6+ inch margin there. So not too shabby. In these regions here, we're basically talking about 2 to 4 inches being a possibility, for some of these regions here. So we'll go and do 2 to 4 across this region according to the blend. Like I said, this is what I would go off of as of right now. I mean, I do think that this blend, though, is kind of underdoing the West Virginia scenario. So that's why I'm not going to mention those areas there. I think it's doing pretty well across the Northeast, but I don't think it's doing very well across the Mid-Atlantic here. I do think that we'll get more accumulation across, West or Eastern West Virginia, rather than the 1 to 3 it shows. I mean, if that, even in Virginia. But anyways, so definitely is, very different compared to what the main models were showing. I mean, for example, let's see here. We're going to hop over local to eastern West Virginia, the Panhandle, and northern Virginia here. So with the GFS model, like we were talking about here with the accumulation and stuff, I mean, you can at least see here that this model does show, upwards of maybe 3 to 5 across, the Panhandle of West Virginia. A lot more the more further down you go into eastern West Virginia. Maybe 1 to 3 across, northern Virginia here being a possibility. That I could see being a scenario. And of course, we have the European model showing actually a lot more. European model has actually been very overwhelming with the snowfall here, showing western Virginia getting, like I said, basically between, 6 and 8 inches or so. Same thing for the Panhandle, West Virginia, and actually moving its way into central Maryland and into portions here of Pennsylvania. So, that's what I'm saying. I think that blend there is kind of obviously underdoing the accumulations across, the Mid-Atlantic here. I mean, shoot, even the GDPS model shows some instances of well over 8 inches across, the Panhandle here of West Virginia overall. So that's that. I mean, there's a lot of hopping around still between the models. I mean, we're still not solid with what we can expect out of this storm here. The numbers are still all over the place. So, tomorrow evening, obviously, we're going to have a lot more better information for you guys. But there is one thing I do have for you that I can go ahead and show you guys here. And this is actually the official forecast from the National Weather Service. Okay, this is the official forecast. This is the expected amount. So let's go ahead and bring that up there. So this is the expected amount of precipitation we are seeing here from the National Weather Service. Now, if you're going to trust any graphic we have here tonight, this is going to be the one you want to look for, okay? Anyways, so obviously first question is, out there by those heaviest areas. You see how it's highlighted in yellow here? We are talking a lot of accumulation out in these regions, and actually it seems like they've uptrended a bit. So across these yellow areas, I mean, we're talking basically, southern Maine, central southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont here. We're talking a lot of Massachusetts, northern Rhode Island, central northern portions of Connecticut. You can see a lot of those areas there. We are basically seeing right between 10 to 12 inches for some of these areas. So that's where you're going to be seeing your heaviest snowfall, according to the National Weather Service here. So that's where you're going to see some heavy stuff overall. Now, obviously, we're going to look at some more of these specific areas here, like hopping back over here to Virginia. DC, according to the expected amount, we're not expecting to see anything, honestly. We're expecting rain at this point. We have ourselves like Winchester, Virginia. I know very well where that's at. A lot of people in Northern Virginia know where Winchester is at, maybe around 2 inches expected. And then we work our way into more of these populated areas like Baltimore, a couple tenths of an inch, maybe up to an inch possible. Obviously it's kind of hard to tell here right now. But then we work our way into Pittsburgh, right around 1 to 3 inches in the forecast here. Cleveland, Ohio, about an inch possible. Buffalo, about maybe 2 to 4 inches expected. Syracuse, New York, about 4 to 8 inches in the forecast here. Let's see here. We have ourselves Albany, New York. Now, Albany is actually in a zone of possibly 8 to 12, I'd say, is a good possibility. Considering you're next to that really heavy stuff, that's why I put it closer to heavier accumulations. Definitely a good possibility. Springfield, Massachusetts, honestly, 8 to 12 inches being a good possibility. Boston, same thing, my friends. Honestly, I would say more of about 6 to 10 inches across those regions. We're expecting around 8, 9 inches or so. So it's obviously good to give it a little bit of wiggle room here overall. New York City. Like I said, New York City is in a very difficult spot to forecast. Because New York City is very, very close to a decent amount of snowfall. I mean, like I said, we mentioned this here earlier. Out there by Boonton, if you guys know where that's at, in relative to New York, it's not too far. I think it's about 50 or so miles out. This is like showing us a half a foot versus New York City literally seeing nothing. But yeah, so that's kind of, that is what we're looking at out there. It's kind of hard to tell for those specific areas. We have Scranton, Pennsylvania. We're kind of expecting, between 6 and 8 inches overall. So like I said, a lot of good potential for snowfall. And it really seems like, the Northeast is going to take the cake for the heaviest accumulation out of this one. So these regions in here is where the heaviest. And we're talking, instances of 8 to 12 inches plus in some regions. This is mostly 8 to 12 in this region here. Could be a possibility. Let's see. What's up, Sophia? Hope you're doing good. What does a 4 out of 5 mean? So the level 4 out of 5 is a winter severity index issued by the Weather Prediction Center. And let me actually show you that. So we hop over here to this page. Let's go ahead and go to, we'll just load it up on here. So if we go here to the Weather Prediction Center forecast, this is the winter storm severity index here overall. So whenever it comes to it here for days 1 to 3, you notice how we have ourselves a lot of orange, which is actually a level 3, but there is some localized areas that could get to a level 4 overall. Let's see here. Proxy. What's up, Proxy? Category 4 hurricane for 16 months. What's up, Proxy? Saying, hi, everybody. Proud and honored to be a member of the best and closest weather community on YouTube. Andrew and NW16 rocks. We are family. Absolutely, Proxy. Thank you, Proxy. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, what I was mentioning, though, is, like I was saying, the winter severity index here is what we're going off of. Major being a level 4, moderate being a level 3, and so on. So level 4, because we do have some localized spots that could easily go to that level. But yeah, so let's see here. Let's see, can I not? I don't think I can do local there. I might have to do, yeah, there we go. So yeah, you can see there's some local spots that get up to level 4. But most of the region, I mean, we're talking moderate impacts here, regarding snowfall. Would not be surprised if we did start to see more major impacts, considering, the amount of snowfall we're talking about. More than likely, the reason that we don't have many of these major impact zones is because we're still trying to kind of fish out where this is going to be. Let's see here. Winter is just beginning. Not really for extreme cold. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just beginning too, like you said. I mean, it's literally the first week of January. I mean, it's yeah, pretty crazy. I mean, winter just started what, 2 weeks ago? Maybe 3 weeks ago. I think it was the 21st. I think 21st of December was the first week. Let's see here. Proxy gifting 10 memberships too. Holy cow, Prox! Thank you so much, Proxy. That is so sweet of you. I'm gonna go ahead and mute that noise. Thank you, Proxy. That's so sweet of you, and congrats, you guys whoever got the accumulations. I'm so used to saying that word. Congratulations to the people who got those members. That's awesome, Proxy. Thank you so much, Proxy. It's so sweet of you. Huge thank you. And one more time, we'll go ahead and go over this here again, or at least here for now. I mean, like I was saying here, we do have ourselves a lot of winter storm watches in effect here, all the way from basically the western side here of North Carolina. So for those upper elevations, obviously traveling through portions here of western Virginia, Panhandle, West Virginia, western and central Maryland, into portions here of central Pennsylvania, southern New York State, northern New Jersey, Connecticut, portions of northern Rhode Island, a lot of Massachusetts, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, and southern Maine. So, like I was mentioning, though, I really do believe that, like Massachusetts, I mean, a lot of these areas, I mean, you're pretty much certain to get winter storm warnings. We'll probably see a lot of those first warnings be issued sometime, I'd say tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. We'll probably start to see those winter storm warnings get issued right around that time overall. But anyways, yeah, Proxy, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. I appreciate that. Let's see here. That is very sweet. Buffalo area plows only were out twice between late November and mid-December. Oh, gotcha. Before winter happened. Gotcha. Let's see here. Supercell says, thank you for your support, Proxy, on the channel. Absolutely, dude. Proxy is a legend. If you've been around here for a while, you know that Proxy is the number one supporter. Yeah, we love Proxy. Let's actually hop over here, guys, to the central U.S. too. We have a little bit more of immediate information for you guys, considering there's actually winter weather happening now. We got some winter storm warnings up there in northeast New Mexico. Obviously, some winter weather advisories across Panhandle, Texas, Panhandle, Oklahoma, Kansas. Let me actually bring you guys over here to the radar again. We started off showing you guys the radar and what was popping off there. As you can see right now, this is actually the storm. This is actually the storm that we are seeing popping off across eventually popping off across, the mid-Atlantic and northeast and all that fun stuff. So this is it, and we're starting to see a lot of heavy rain starting to brew out of it across central Texas. Look at that, a lot of heavy precipitation coming through. We have ourselves a lot of snow actually as well for those, for the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas, like we were mentioning here. So that's popping off. The accumulations out in those regions are not anything astronomically crazy. With the heaviest accumulations actually obviously in those upper elevations, but for like the panhandle of Texas, I mean, we're talking like maybe up to 2 to 4 inches or so. So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy overall. Let's see here. Has the models changed since last stream? They have, actually. They have changed a little bit. Yeah, we'll look back at the models here in a minute. Let's see here. Winter storm could miss New England at last second. I don't think that's the case, Kyle. I don't think so. Let's see here. Usually by this time, Buffalo area averages 2 feet, not 7 inches. I mean, the last while, though, we have been in a La Nina, in which now we're in the El Nino stage. Let's see here. Response, thank you for subscribing, my friend. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, so, now we're obviously in a different overall weather pattern, which, really changes up your deck of cards. It really shuffles it, which makes, makes things a little bit different, or a lot of bit different, I should say. So once again, like we were talking about, guys, that yellow area that we see here, you guys actually have a solid chance of making it up to a foot of snow. I definitely do think that that is a good possibility. So we'll definitely need to look out there for that. Locally, I can almost guarantee you we're going to see some localized sectors, possibly, up to it, possibly up to that thing there. Where did my drink go? Hold on a minute, y'all. Trying to find my drink. Where'd I put my drink? Anyways, I lost my Diet Dr. Kelp. Anyways, let's see here. Actually, I have some water. Hold on. Oh my gosh, where did my waters go? I swear, I lost my waters too. Oh, there's one right here. Hold on. There we go. It's the glory of having a mini fridge. Oh, shoot. Glory of having a mini fridge here. It's lovely. So you can pop in nice water when you need it. Let's see here. I'd like to know how bad the Detroit area, Southwest Ontario, Canada, is going to get. Not a lot, actually. You can see Detroit possibly up to not even a half an inch in the forecast here. Not a lot going on. Let's see here. Mary says, watching you from Manitoba, Canada. Your weather affects us. Much love. Thank you for bringing this to my home, Canada. You're very welcome, Mary. Glad to have you here. And just be safe. Be careful out there, my friend. Let's see here. Couldn't send chat at 5:30. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's because we were doing a members live stream, just giving a special thanks to our members, so we went live. I knew it was, it was basically just me saying thank you to our members. We do members only live stream. Everybody was able to watch, so they could see what was going on. That was a member moment. But now, that's why I did another live stream right now, is because I want everybody else to have an opportunity to talk whenever there's big weather in the way. So, let's see here. I have not, Storm. Let's see here. Could the snowstorm be less snow from it? What? What are you talking? What for? I'm confused. Could the snowstorm be less snow from it? That's what? I don't know how to respond to that, my friend. What's up, Crystal? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Response is, I know the first storm won't affect us much, but the second storm coming is interesting. It is. It's actually very interesting. Let's go and hop back to models, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, it's another storm we're going to have to immediately watch right after the first one. So as you guys know, with the first storm we're talking about, we have this guy, bringing all this precipitation across the southeast, a lot of rain, then turning into kind of a nor'easter here, driving some snow. Watch this. A massive, massive, massive storm develops here. I mean, we're talking a massive storm. A much bigger storm actually develop here. Now, this is not going to be as much of a winter threat for like the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic as the first storm's going to be. However, this thing will have some winter weather concerns on it. For Central Plains, Midwest potentially, even the Western Ohio Valley could see that, and we'll have to watch out there for it, dude. The models. There's even another storm here, 198 hours out, which, I'm not looking at that one quite yet, because we still have two storms to look out for. But anyways, let's see here. Yeah, we forgive you this time, Crystal. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Kidding. Daniel wants to know snow total for Ohio. Not a lot, actually. Not a whole lot, at least out of the first storm. The second storm, I think, is going to be mostly just rain as well. Not a whole lot of accumulation for Ohio. At most, if you're lucky, maybe 1-2 inches. You can see across this kind of lighter blue here. That's where about 1 inch or more is possible. Yeah, once again, not a lot of snow for you guys. I mean, a lot of the heavy stuff is going to be up in the Northeast. Some of the Mid-Atlantic here too, overall. Let's see here. But yeah. Let's see. David says snow totals for Connecticut. Let's see here. So Connecticut, like we were mentioning, actually, Connecticut really has a good chance at seeing some pretty good accumulating snow. This would be happening mostly for the 7th, mostly for January 7th. And there's a shot you could see at most up to a foot, I think. At absolute most, locally up to a foot. But that can still change. This is still 2 days or so away, so it's still a little it could wiggle around a little bit. But at least 6 inches for majority of the state is in the forecast. So I just got winter storm watch has been updated, including Garrett and Carroll counties from Maryland for Saturday and the Sunday evening. So that's for Maryland. I just got that because I follow the weather service when I used to live there. What's up, Carissa? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. But yeah, so good amount, really good amount of snowfall potential out in those regions there. Let's see here. All right, we're gonna hop over here to the models again. We're gonna take a look and see what's going. First, actually, I want to see what they've changed, if they've changed anything here. Because apparently they updated the watches. I don't see any visual differences. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let me make that a little better for y'all to see. It's a little broken for y'all. Yeah, I mean, it looks relatively the same to me. I don't really see much differences. I mean, just by looking at it, I don't see much. But like I was saying, guys, if y'all are wondering what this is, these are all winter storm watches. Winter storm watches in effect all the way from the I was about to say Panhandle, the western side of North Carolina, across those upper elevations there into Virginia, into West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, kind of southeastern New York State, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire, and southern Maine. So, pretty good amount. Anyways, let's see here. There was something else I was wanting to look out with you guys, but I honestly forgot what I was going to do. That's right. I want to look at the totals of precipitation. So let's look at the next 72 hours worth of precipitation. So obviously for the places that's not going to be getting snow, down south is actually going to be getting a bit of rain too. So let me actually... Yeah, we're going to have to zoom into the southeast here so you guys can actually see that a little better. There we go. So, I mean, we're not talking a heck of a lot of precipitation for the southeast. I mean, we're talking a good amount, though. I mean, we're talking some areas here, maybe 1-2 inches. The heaviest accumulation regarding precipitation is going to be, like, towards Panhandle, Florida, up into, like, Louisiana, into central southern Mississippi. Those areas, a little over an inch possible. But anyways, let's see here. There's no winter storm warnings yet, northeastern WX. They're all just watches right now. I expect them to change into warnings sometime tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So maybe tomorrow morning. I forgot the exact criteria. I think it's within 24 hours of snowfall falling. But I also do think it ranges per department of the NWS. Let's see here. Boom, east of the 98 corridor, Maryland. Oh, yeah, you probably won't see much. Yeah, east of I-95 out there by Virginia and Maryland will not see hardly anything. So, anyways. Do I think that winter weather advisories will get close to Philadelphia? Let's see here. Philadelphia. I don't think so, honestly. Here, let's go and show you all this. So this is the expected amount from the Weather Service. Philadelphia is not at the moment expecting anything. Those areas are probably just gonna be a little too warm for the snow, honestly. Robbie says thank you. Andrew, thanks again, Proxy. I'm gonna sleep now. Lots to do tomorrow. Good night and take care. All right, see you later, Roby. Thanks for joining, and you are very welcome, my friend. Pilot says remember everyone to give Andrew some time to respond to comments if you cannot do so. Yeah, possibly the timeout. Yeah, y'all gotta remember I'm only one person, so I can only do so much. Let's see here. How much snow is expected for northeast New Jersey? Depends on where, obviously. So for central and southern New Jersey, like I said, it's just gonna be too warm. We're not gonna see accumulation out in those areas. but it depends on where. If you're talking about, like, let's see, Patterson, about 2-4 inches, but it really ranges differently. Like, West Milford here, I mean, we're talking like 9 inches expectancy, you know, possibly 8 to 10 inches. I mean, so you can see how there's a big difference in a really short area of movement. And so, you know, especially with it still being like 2 days away, the main event here, it makes you wonder just how much things are going to fluctuate overall. Let's see here. Carissa coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Carissa. That is so nice of you, saying thank you for keeping us up to date on the storm. You are very welcome, Carissa. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That's very sweet of you. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Definitely helps out, too. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, Carissa, big shout out to you. And guys in the chat, please give Carissa a big thank you. That's very sweet of you. Much, much appreciated, my friend. So yeah, so like I said, we're going to have to, I personally think we really need to look out there for Massachusetts, with the heaviest accumulation, just kind of what I believe, where I believe the heaviest is probably going to be. I mean, you know, locally, you can see getting near 12 inches, some areas over 12 inches possible. You know, we could break a foot in some areas out there. So, let's see here. What about Central Texas for Monday, severe thunderstorm risk? Good thing. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. We do, yeah. So if you guys don't know, we have ourselves a severe weather risk. Not today. Tomorrow, actually, we have a small one across the the Gulf Coast here, out by Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Panhandle, Florida. There's actually a small tornado threat tomorrow. A small tornado threat here for tomorrow. We need to look out there for across the dark green area. You know, a couple tornadoes possible. Also some damaging wind gusts, you know, possible wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and some bad storms. Look at this. Saturday, this actually includes me. I'm like literally in the dead center of it. Got a marginal risk here for severe weather as well. You know, we got a big trough, basically from this winter system, possibly driving up. I'd say a couple tornadoes can't be ruled out as well. But look at this. The main thing, though, is for Monday and Tuesday. So Monday is what we're looking at right now. So for eastern, you know, coastal Texas out there by Houston, working through central southern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, and once again, panhandle here of Florida. We are talking, you know, essentially, you know, a good percent chance, a 15% chance of severe weather. And they did mention that all hazards are a possibility. Look at that. Tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds should spread eastward, you know, this Monday afternoon to Monday night. So all hazards will be a concern here. Now, that's not all. That's not all. Like I said, that's for Monday. Now, as we work our way into Tuesday, we got a big threat for severe weather here come Tuesday for kind of central northern Florida, southern Georgia, southeast Alabama. So we'll have to watch out there for, yet again, more severe weather possible. You know, kind of lower end instability available, but the wind shear is crazy. A lot of heavy wind shear. Basically just strong winds at different elevations of the atmosphere, which will play a key role into some, you know, tornadoes. So, anyways. Let's see. Is it common to see tornadoes in winter months down south? Yeah, it's actually pretty common. It is. It doesn't happen with every storm, but it happens with some of them, as you can gather enough instability. Sophia, please stop spamming. That's why I'm not answering you, because you've asked the same question 20 times. Let's see here. What do I think about the storm next work week for Illinois? Are you talking about the second storm? The one for, I guess you're talking about the one for Monday and Tuesday. I guess that's the one you're talking about. What did you say again? For Illinois. Yeah, no, honestly, I think Illinois is going to have some serious impacts here. Let's see here. Central U.S. So look at this. So it depends on what model you look at. So for example, this is the GFS overall. You know, this is the GFS here overall showing us. It starts out as a lot of snow for the morning of the 9th, then turns into rain according to this model. And then it kicks back into some snow here for the late 9th into the early 10th. I think Illinois is going to have some serious problems if that does play out. Now, with that being said, other models like CMC has that snow being a lot further south and a bit more to the east as well. I mean, bottom line still is showing a little bit of snow. We'll just have to keep an eye out there for it. We'll definitely just need to keep an eye out there for it overall. Let's see here. Icon. to 18 Zulu. Yeah, the icon kind of cuts off there too. But yeah, no, I think there could be some problems with it. Still not exactly sure what the main problems will be. Looks like snow, obviously, but you know, some models showing rain, some models are showing, you know, just snow. Let's see here. Storm Tracker says, "Hey Andrew, do I think it'll go to an enhanced to moderate severe risk? I don't think moderate. Enhance is a good possibility. I think an enhance could be a good possibility, but you know, from based off of what I've seen, let me actually hop over to the models here. Let's go GFS. We're gonna look at the severe weather potential real quick. Look at the instability, the CAPE we were talking about. So yeah, first storm system. We got a little bit of severe weather possible across like Florida for Saturday. Which is expected. Yeah, look at this guy. Wow. Okay. So you can see how the instability is actually pretty hefty out there by like Houston area, actually a little west and southwest of Houston. Here for Monday, yeah, Monday into Tuesday, really kicking off. Let's go ahead and grab a sounding here. I understand that you're about to see a lot of gibberish on your screen, but I'll be able to tell you guys what's going on here. So, wow, dry atmosphere tells me some big hail potential. DCAPE here showing us some potential here for some. Actually, in values near 1,000 could definitely produce some damaging wind gusts. The winds across the lower atmosphere are curving a little bit. A couple tornadoes will be a possibility. It seems like the wind shear, the winds increase the more we go into the event here. So, for example, as this approaches Louisiana, the winds become a lot more stronger. This is actually really concerning to me. The lower level jet stream, so basically the winds about 4,000 feet up in the air, are very crucial for tornado development. And so when it comes to it here, it's a really strong lower level jet stream. I mean, we're talking literally 60, some instances 70 knots, which is unbelievable. So whatever instability we have, this could easily turn sour pretty quickly. Let's see. Let me grab a sounding up in Louisiana here, southeast Louisiana. I believe this is by New Orleans. Yeah. Anyways. Wow. Okay. So I see big problems here. So I do see, you know, the photograph does curve a little bit. So that is showing tornado potential. Holy cow. Yeah, this could be pretty nasty. Pretty elevated storms for this time of the year. I mean, we're talking 12 kilometer storms tops. Pretty tall. Damaging wind potential does seem to be there. I'd say possibly maybe 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts could be possible with a sounding like this. Remember, this is one model, one run, all that fun stuff. But yeah, the wind shear, dude, that's what gets me a little nervous. Real strong winds across the atmosphere. So, for example, this is 0 kilometers. This is on the ground. This is 9 kilometers up. This is 15 kilometers up. So we're looking at the elevation from a side perspective. And that's your wind barbs showing your wind speeds, wind direction. So the winds start off moving north, and you can see how they change to the northeast with altitude. That creates some spin in the atmosphere, which could lead to some problems. Helicity values is what you really want to look for tornadoes. Lower level, typically surface to 3 kilometers, 360. That's basically telling me that yeah, tornadoes will be a problem. So yeah, there's a lot we need to look out with this here. You can see some of that instability, some of that thunderstorm juice does work its way up there in the Georgia, but it's kind of capped out, meaning storms might have a hard time firing in some of these regions here. But yeah, I really think the big problem's mostly going to be pretty much for a lot of these areas in here. That's where I see a big potential of issues. You know, once again, that lower level jet, oh my God, you're 80 knots. Holy cow. That's unbelievable. That is actually crazy. 80 knot lower level jet, dude. That might even be too powerful. Storms might just rip apart at that point. That's just it's crazy. Let's grab a sounding out of it. Let's see here. Dude, holy crap goes off the map, dude. That's what I'm saying. The storms will probably not survive in that. It's slightly contaminated too, so yeah. But yeah, no, I do see big potential out of this event here, so we'll need to watch out for the severe weather side as well. Let's see here. Can I check New Brunswick, New Jersey? Yeah, I can do that for you. Let's see here. Gotta figure out where that's at. It's East Brunswick. Don't know where New Brunswick is. Where's New Brunswick? See, this is the problem. I look for a place and I never can find it, and it makes me have to look it up. I see East Brunswick. So is New Brunswick near East Brunswick? Anyways, yeah, I'll just show you this. That's where your snow line is. It basically cuts off here north of Trenton. Trenton not expected to see much of anything, at least as of now. It goes between Trenton and Old Bridge. That's kind of where your snow line's at. Anything north of that goes up a bit. Washington, about 4 to 8 inches or so. So, will I be streaming Sunday? Yes. Yep, I'll be streaming tomorrow for another winter weather update. I'll be streaming Saturday for winter weather coverage. I will stream Sunday for winter weather coverage. I will stream Monday for severe weather coverage. I will stream Tuesday for severe weather coverage. And Wednesday, I might take off. Got a lot of streams going up, y'all. So I'll be streaming from now until Tuesday. Let's see. How much rain could New Jersey expect during a second storm? That's still too far to tell, honestly. I'm not going to look at the accumulations for the second storm quite yet. Let's see here. Amazing Jet. It is Amazing Jet. It's crazy. See, yikes for my northern Louisiana relatives. Yeah, give them a heads up, Proxy. I think they're in the day 5 risk. It depends on how north they are, but that risk for severe weather does get pretty far up into Louisiana. So, busy weather days ahead. Oh, you know it, man. It is supposed to get pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Oh shoot, I didn't even see this. John, thank you so much for the $5 donation on Venmo. You rock, dude. Saying thanks for the stream. No problem, man. That's very sweet of you. Sorry, I had my noise off here. I couldn't. There we go. I appreciate that, man. John, thank you so much. Coming with a $5 super chat on Venmo. That's so sweet of you, man. I appreciate that. Big thank you. Let's see here. Checking for sure. Get anything weather here in Mohawk Valley. We haven't had any snow to speak of this season. Gotcha. Well, hopefully you get some if you like snow. If you hate snow, hopefully it stays away. I know a lot of people don't like it, which I can see both ends. Personally, I like snow. But it depends on when. Like I said, literally, if you are working out in snow, it's terrible. It is legitimately terrible. Now, if obviously, if you're a kid and you don't have to work or anything like that, snow is awesome. Snow is amazing. Yeah, most kids love snow because it gets them out of school. I love it because it's just pretty. I mean, it really is. Let's see here. How much snow do I think Bronx, New York? I don't think New York City will get much snow out of this. I mean, New York City's right on that line, but also you got to take in consideration that New York City is right on the coast here, which near the coast, if you live near the coast, it obviously is relatively, relatively just too warm, so it keeps things mostly rain. Yeah. Let's see here. See, Nick says, what's up, man? Thanks for everything. What's the deal with Northeast Pennsylvania? So Northeast Pennsylvania actually has a pretty good shot at saying stuff out there by like Scranton. We're talking pretty good amount here. Proxy says, check my phone again. Let's see here. Why is my phone not doing anything? Proxy just gifted $50 on Venmo. Why is it not coming through? My phone is having so much problems. But Proxy gave us $50 on Venmo saying, thank you, Andrew, for all you do for us. Proxy! Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Prox. That is so sweet of you. Coming in here with literally the member of yourself, gifting 10 memberships, and on top of it, $50 on Venmo? Proxy, you are awesome. Thank you so much, Prox. Let's see here. Nick as well, coming in with a $5 super chat, man. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry, Proxy. My phone didn't... Is it on Do Not Disturb or something? I mean, like, it came up with the one notification from John, but it didn't come up with the one from you. Anyways, Proxy, thank you so much. I'm so sorry my phone's being stupid. Let's see here. Tyler, Ohio is not going to see much snow accumulations here. I mean, you could see how some areas could maybe get 1-2 inches at most, but not a whole lot. Yeah, a lot of the heavy event, my friend's going to be just to the northeast here. Yeah. Let's see here. Once again, Nick, thank you so much, dude. It's greatly appreciated. Proxy, you as well. Absolute legend. Proxy is. Like, that is so sweet of you. See there's a shockwave. Any chance for Toronto to see a snowstorm this weekend? So I really don't cover Toronto too much, considering it's Canada. But yeah, I mean, it's possible you could get a little bit of this storm that's rolling through this weekend for Saturday and Sunday. According to the official Weather Service forecast in the United States, we're talking about 1 to 3 inches for you. But yeah. See, Proxy just wanted to make sure it went through. Glad it did. Thank you, Proxy. Once again, that's so sweet of you. Also, Nick, thank you guys. Both of you, we love y'all. Thank you so much. Like I said, that helps me out a whole lot. A lot more than you guys can imagine. So, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you. I can't say it too much. I can never say it enough. Let's see here. Do I think it'll start getting cold for Dallas? Depends on what your definition of cold is. Because my cold is now 60 degrees. I've blended in with the Floridians here. I mean, literally, it was like 60 degrees today or yesterday. I was freezing, I tell you. And meanwhile, I used to love like 20 degrees. Even the teens were not bad for me. Back whenever I lived in the, back in Northern Virginia, whenever it get that low. I mean, it never bothered me. Last 2 years, I've been in Florida. Last winter, I was in Florida. This winter, I'm in Florida. 50, 60 degrees is cold for me. See if I can donate. Well, don't worry about a storm. Is there a way for us to donate through PayPal? We have a Venmo and a Cashapp. You can see on the pinned message. You can see on my stream. On that little blue thing, hit the blue thing and it'll pop down. That's our Cashapp. As of now, that's the only ways we have to donate. Also, the super chat that we used. Let's see here. Crystal says I donated last stream. Sorry, I don't have much fun. Crystal, do not worry about it. You do not have to donate. Nobody has to donate, okay? Like I said, it's much appreciated, but it's totally optional. And trust me, I get it. I've been broke too, so that's what I'm saying. I 100% get it. I mean, groceries lately. I mean, I'm still recovering financially from moving down here. I just spent like over $3,000 on stuff like furniture for my new room and all that fun stuff. So, still, that's what I'm saying. Anything helps, and it helps out a lot more. It helps out a lot. But anyways, let's see here. I'm awarded your web. I know, dude. I used to be a winter. Dude, I literally used to be like a winter. What's the word for it? I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I used to love the cold. But now it sucks. Let's see here. PowerPoint says, how much snow will Newton, New Jersey see? So New Jersey, we're not going to see any accumulation south of Trenton. I can tell you that one. We're going to be seeing... So, yeah, you said you're in Newton, right? Okay, so, yeah, you can see Newton. Actually, you're in one of the areas that we're probably going to see a decent amount. Crystal just sent $2 on Cash App. Crystal, you didn't have to do that. See, for an amazing weather guy. Thank you, Crystal. You did not have to do that, my friend. After you said you couldn't save your money, Crystal. Seriously, it's fine. I appreciate it. Thank you, though. But yeah, so for, was that Newton? Yeah, Newton, we're talking about 8 inches expectancy. I'd range 6 to 10 inches. Obviously, give it a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah. Let's see here. Carissa with a $5 super chat saying on behalf of Crystal and everyone who can't donate. It's funny you said that as Crystal donated. Thank you, Carissa. That's very sweet of you. You did not have to do that. You definitely did not have to do that, my friend. It's just funny how Crystal, as soon as Crystal donated. I'm sorry, Carissa. But thank you guys. Thank all of y'all. Appreciated. You guys are so sweet. It really, really helps out. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to hop back. Let's see here. Hop back over here to the models again. You guys want to look at the accumulations again here? I guess we'll go ahead and take a look at some of those. Let's see here. So we have, we'll start off with the GFS here. How about that? We got a new run coming through. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to be out by the time we end stream, but we got 0 Zulu coming through. Anyways, we'll start off to 18 Zulu. Let's see, food is so expensive. It is. It is ridiculously expensive. I mean, crazy. Anyways, so let's see here. So when it comes to snowfall, let's hop over to the Mid-Atlantic. Get a little bit of the northeast view as well. Oh, let me hop over here. There we go. So it doesn't look as crazy for you. Anyways, so let's go ahead and hop down to accumulations too. Got to look at those accumulations. So remember, one in particular model we look at is obviously going to not 100% be accurate to what happens. I mean, it's obviously good that we, it's obviously good that we, look at every model and kind of compare and contrast what they, say is going to happen, what they say is not. The one thing I do want to actually point out here in the models here is that places out there by, Massachusetts and out there by like Rhode Island and Connecticut, those areas there, I mean, it's pretty much saying, we're going to be seeing over a foot of snow. I think that's actually possible. I really do. So you can see in the zone here, we're talking, 12 plus here. We're talking 6 plus basically in, these regions here for the most part. That's basically your 6 plus margin. Let me actually circle that. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly. So these are the regions that we're talking basically 6 plus inches according to GFS. GFS will be in blue. Let's see here. ECMWF will be in, let's see, scroll down one. ECMWF will be in the, I guess we'll do yellow. I mean, for the most part, the models do kind of line up here to some extent. So this is the region where we're talking 6 plus inches as well. It actually lines up pretty well, I'm not going to lie, except just adding this big area with a gap of over 6 inches. So that's where 6 plus inches is expected between the models. GDPS here. Yeah, we'll do GDPS in red, I guess. GDPS here showing that 6-inch margin right in these areas. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's got that snow cutoff line pretty well overall. Proxy with a $40 super chat again. Oh my gosh, Proxy coming in with a $40 super chat. Holy cow, Prox. Saying contributing for those in the, let's see here, family who can't, love y'all. Love you too, Proxy. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy cow, Prox, that is so sweet of you. Thank you so much, Proxy. You are a legend, Proxy. We love you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Prox. Holy cow. My guy almost fell. I did, dude. That caught me. Wow, it caught me off guard. Thank you, Proxy. Seriously. You are so sweet. Thank you, Prox. We love you. See, Andrew rocks too. Thanks for your work. Thank you, Rainbow. Greatly appreciate it. You guys are very welcome. Like I said, I'm always going to be here for you guys when it comes to weather. I mean, rain or shine, literally. I'm always here for you guys for weather updates and stuff like that. I mean, even on days we're not expecting much, I'll still be live to give you guys weather updates and stuff. So, Once again, Proxy, thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. That is very nice of you, Prox. Thank you so much for that. Let's see here. So, okay, so we looked at the 6+ inch margin between all three of those models. We have one more model to look at here. That's a UK Met. This is an Outcast model, as you can kind of tell. Let's see. Actually, never mind. I was off. I was off there a little bit. I should say this is actually one of the models that shows more conservative in general. You know, not really showing as much snow in general here. So I mean, yeah, for the most part in general, these areas, a lot of these areas here have a good chance of seeing over 6 inches overall. Let's see here. Can I look at Minnesota? Yeah, I can look at Minnesota for you, my friend. Gotcha. Let's go and hop on over here. Actually, Minnesota is expecting a decent amount of snowfall. For the northern side, I should say. You know, for the northern side, I should say. Let's see here. Duluth. Duluth's actually a pretty populated area. Maybe 2 to 4 inches. A lot of the northern side, 3 to 6 inches. It really depends on where you're at. International Falls, 3 to 6 inches. Let's see here. Brainerd. I think it's Bernard. 2 to 4 inches kind of seems to be more of a zone I'd go off of. Park Rapids, yeah, 2 to 4 as well. Overall, let's see here. Grand Forks, about 1-3 inches. So, I mean, not bad, actually. Not bad. Extreme northeastern side has the best potential up there. Seeing nearly 6 inches possible. Yeah. Anyways, remember, that's the expected amount of accumulation, too. How much snow for Winchester, Virginia? I know exactly where that's at, actually. Okay, so Winchester, you know, honestly, I think you're in one of the zones that's in Virginia that's probably going to see the most in Virginia. 1 to 3 inches as of now seems to be the zone. However, let me tell you, there is still models that's showing even higher. We're still working it out, okay? We're still working it out. I would expect your totals to change. I really would. I don't think that's going to be your final totals. As of now, it seems like that's what it looks like. About 2 inches expected. I'd say range of 1 to 3, obviously. But let me show you exactly what I was talking about. So, for example, the accumulations here from like the GFS model, so the American Long Range model. So you can see Winchester right there. So Winchester, according to this in particular view, basically showing, you know, right around 2 to 4 inches or so. Let's see here. VR, thank you for becoming a tropical stormer, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining the team. Welcome aboard, my friend. VR. Very sweet of you, man. Thank you. Much, much appreciated. But yeah, like I was saying, GFS here shows about, you know, maybe 2 to 4 inches or so. Meanwhile, we're talking 1 to 3 on the main forecast. ECMWF, on the other hand, shows a lot more. Look at that. We're talking like 8 inches. Pretty crazy. Let's see here. Christian, coming with a $2 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Christian. That's very nice of you, bro. I appreciate that. A big thank you goes to Christian. Thank you. Thank you, Christian. That's very nice of you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Much, much appreciated. But yeah, so like I was saying, Winchester, though, according to the European model, has it like literally in the zone of like 6 to 12 inches. Or sorry, 6 to 10 inches. Which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So quite a big difference there between the two main models, like GFS showing the lower end amount. GDPS, this is a, I can't go in that far, but I can zoom in a little bit further than the US view. So Winchester is like up in here somewhere in that region. But even according to GDPS here, when it comes to it, I mean, this model is also kind of agreeing with the European model, showing, you know, 8, 12 inches or so. So I think your totals could easily change. I do. Let's see here. But anyways, how much snow will Boston, Massachusetts get? So according to the official accumulations here out there by Boston, I think you're really going to see a lot, actually. Boston, we're talking literally between 6 to 10 inches of snowfall out there by Boston. Let's actually look at some models, too. Regarding, we'll look at the main two models. So let's go and hop over here. Let's see here. Local And we'll look here. So look for Boston. So there's Boston right there. Okay. So GFS model shows 16 inches of snowfall for Boston, which is pretty crazy. Let's see here. Cheryl, welcome to Category 2. Guys, y'all are so sweet. I appreciate it so much. You guys rock. We love you. Cheryl, thank you so much for being a Category 2 member. That's very nice of you. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much, Crystal. Or sorry, Cheryl. I'm used to saying Crystal. Cheryl, big thank you. My mind's just lost. I've been up for a long time, so I'm bound to say some weird things here. According to European model, 8 inches. 8 inches. So, wow, that's actually really interesting. The GFS model in this case shows more. Yeah, GFS in this case shows more, which is pretty interesting. Once again, Cheryl, thank you so much. How is New York City looking? Honestly, not good. New York City is right on that line. Not lined. New York City is right on that line. You might see a little bit of accumulation. I mean, I honestly don't think you'll see much if you live out in New York City. The snow line's right there. There is models that shows New York City getting a lot, but the overall forecast right now does not show too much. Let me show you back to the models again. So there's New York City. According to the GFS model, about 5 inches expected for New York City, but you can see it really drops off. Not to mention this is a really low resolution model. ECMWF, which is a European model, this model regarding New York City shows about 5 inches actually, which is really interesting. But the cutoff point's very close to New York City. Yeah, like I said, it's very difficult to forecast in a spot where you're at, being especially not knowing how much snow we're expecting in that general area, not to mention with the influence of the warmer waters, making the surrounding air warmer, which could allow for the transition from snow or winter precipitation into just pure rain. It's a really difficult spot to be for sure, honestly. But, if it was up to me, I would honestly expect maybe 1 to 3 inches, even though New York City is saying not supposed to see much, but I'd say probably 1 to 3 as of now from what I know. Let's see here. Pilot Dude coming at a $5 super chat, man. Thank you so much, Pilot. That is so sweet of you, bro. I appreciate that very much, my friend. Thank you, Pilot. You rock, my friend. Let's see here. Any thoughts on St. Louis? We talked about St. Louis earlier. St. Louis is not really expecting to see much of anything massive anytime soon. We obviously have a bit of a storm system that's going to be rolling towards those areas in the Midwest here. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be no snow. Some models do show some snow, like the GFS does, but mostly rain. Actually, the latest one actually shows a bit more snow for that area here. But then you look at other models like the CMC, in which, the CMC model has it, very light snow in general, not a whole lot. Icon model here too, kind of showing it mostly in that rain, eventually maybe changing into snow before the system rolls through. There still is a lot of unknowns with it. There still is a lot of uncertainties regarding if you're going to see a lot of heavy snow or not. This is still multiple days away. I mean, we're still talking like 5 days away here, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Have I seen my radar? Yeah, but I don't use it because I need more powerful tools. I used to use it back whenever I first got into weather, like, years and years and years and years ago. Let's see here. How is Providence, Rhode Island looking? Let's see. So Providence, Rhode Island, I know where you're at. Shoot. Rhode Island's such a big state. It's hard to find specific areas. Now, Providence looking pretty good, actually. We're talking about a half a foot, actually, in the range of about 4 to 8 inches. 4 to 8 inches of snow out there by Providence. So, as of now, that's the range from what I'm seeing. Not bad. Not bad. So, it looks like you might have a pretty good storm on your hands. How much in State College, Pennsylvania? Okay, so State College here, we're talking about 8 inches. About 8 inches. Remember, this is the expected amount here from the National Weather Service forecast, so this is what I would go off of. Yeah, I do believe that based off of the models I've been looking at. I like to put in my input as well. And in this case, I actually agree. Overall, some areas I don't agree with the official forecast, like New York City. But once again, it's a very difficult spot to forecast. But about 8 inches, honestly, 6 to 10 inches is a good expectancy, or is kind of the expectancy. Good amount of snowfall, not too bad. Let's see here. How much in York, Pennsylvania? Let's see here. So for York, we're expecting about 4 inches. Let's say 3 to 6 inches possible. Yeah, you're kind of in an area where I think we possibly could see more snow. I think we're kind of underdoing it here, honestly, because a lot of the models really show that snowfall really amplifying by the time we reach there. But yeah, 3 to 6 inches seems to be quite possible. Anyways, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we're expecting about about 1 to 3 inches in the forecast as of now, which I think is pretty good. Let's see here. Does this work on cities like Yarmouth, Nova Scotia? Unfortunately, my program does not go out there for snow. Yeah, so Nova Scotia being out here. Oh, wow, it does, but barely. It barely shows it. What were you want to look at? Yeah, my programs really don't do that well with these areas. Western Nova Scotia probably could see near a half foot, possibly. Let's see here. VR says, thank you, no problem. April says the models are still sticking to their guns on the potential system for late this week and into early next week. Yeah, they are. Yep, they sure are. What's up, E-Man? Michael says, no problem, friend. Thank you. Very welcome. Very welcome. Like I said, sorry I couldn't be a little more specific. Just, these programs I own mostly just cover the mainland U.S. So, the main 48. Let's see here. New Hampshire, says Janice. Where in New Hampshire? Nashua. Let's see. Nashua. Wow. Holy cow. Dude, that's like one of the heaviest areas, I think. So the expected amount's right at 13 inches. Wow. So yeah, man. Honestly, I would say up to a foot seems to be good possibility. You could see up to a foot of snow. What about East Idaho? Depends where. Idaho Falls, about 2 to 4 inches. Really ranges with those upper elevations too. The higher you go up in the atmosphere, or the higher you go up in the elevation, the more potential. Let's see here. Kat says, how much snow for Berryville, Virginia? I forgot where Berryville is. I've heard of it, but I don't remember where it's at, actually. Is it along the west, I'm assuming? Oh, shoot. I used to know where Berryville was. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Berryville's near Winchester. Yeah, I've been to Winchester a couple times. That's actually where I took spotter network class, or spotter network class. Berryville models are showing around 2 inches, or sorry, the forecast is showing about 2 inches. However, models like GFS show about like 3 or 4 inches, I remember. But European model shows like a lot more. I wouldn't stick with 2 inches, honestly. That's where I think the forecast is a little bit messed up. I would expect a little more than 2 inches, honestly, in my opinion. How much more? I need to see the models for a little bit more before I look at that. Anyways, What state is this? This state here is Virginia. Yeah, we're looking in Virginia right now. Let's see here. Genesis, thanks so much. Very welcome, my friend. You are very welcome. Let's see here. Can you tell us how it's looking in Detroit next terms from the second storm? So, Fan, we're not looking at the accumulations for the second storm. The reason is because it's too far out to really pinpoint that. Not to mention all the models on the storm are way different. You know, some models show the storm well more to the east, which would seriously throw off accumulations even for a lot of people. In simple terms, it's too early to look at those accumulations. But as we get a little closer, if you remind me, I will look at them for you. Okay? It's just right now it's too early to tell. I mean, let's just get through the first storm first, and then once that second storm pops off, I'll let you know more likely what you're going to get. Let's see here. Foot of snow, no thank you. What do you mean? I would die to have a foot of snow. Let's see here. Let's see here. Michael says, I understand. Great job, friend. I appreciate the work you do in W6. Thank you. Appreciate it. Noah says, can I check Central Illinois to call for a very conservative amount of snow? Model showing a swath of heavy snow. Yeah, the models are a little different. Illinois, you said for where? Central Illinois. So out of the first storm system, not a whole lot. I mean, we're talking, if you're lucky, an inch. The heaviest across Illinois will be on the far eastern side, you know, kind of near Chicago and more south. Not a lot. However, you know, like we were mentioning here, there's actually another storm system you might be aware of. This is probably the one you're mostly talking about. Models are still a little iffy on it. I mean, look at this. So there's Icon versus GFS. Let's see here. So there's GFS. There's Icon. Those models are actually pretty close. But then you have like, let's see here, CMC model, how it kind of keeps it more to the south side. So there still is a lot of uncertainties with it, but we'll wait. You couldn't enjoy it if you died. Yeah, you're right. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good, man. If I got a foot of snow, I would write NW6 rules in it. That'd be pretty cool. You'll have to send that to me on Twitter or X. Yeah, if you guys want to follow us on Twitter, look. Which way would it be? Way down there. Look way down there. You see it on the very far side. Follow us in WW16_WX. That's our Twitter if you guys want to follow us on it. Or X. Let's see here. And yeah, feel free to submit your snow photos to it as well. I mean, I'll be glad to show them on the stream. I will be glad to show the snow photos you guys take on the stream, especially during coverage day. If you want to share your photos, by all means, we'll share them on the stream. Yeah. Let's see here. Why do I think sometimes weather models fail at snowfall? It could be very annoying. Fail it. Well, snow is a very difficult thing to forecast. I mean, because you need to look at multiple factors rather than just like rainfall. For example, you need to look at the thermodynamic differences between the ground level and your up aloft. Basically saying temperatures across the entire atmosphere are very important in determining precipitation type. Not to mention, whenever models are disagreeing on the amount of a precipitation and the differences in temperatures, it is very, very difficult to find that middle ground. And, you know, models, they hop all over the place too. So your forecast 1 minute could be a lot wrong. That's why I don't like looking at the main forecast. I mean, for example, this is for January like 9th and 10th, which is still a couple days away, still several days away, which at this range, it's very difficult. Let's see, you did a really good job on loading people in the Clarksville tornado. Thank you, I appreciate that. Let's see here. I'm in Charleston, Illinois, by the way. Gotcha. See, Chris says, I hate the cold. It can be unfortunate. See, I wouldn't say no to a cozy, windy, rainy, snowy night regardless. I just hate the fact that it's so up in the air whether or not I'm going to get either 6 to 12 inches or snow or just rain. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see here. Models are all over the place for Detroit with next week's storm. Can you tell us how it's looking in terms of snowfall? So yeah, like I said, we're kind of holding on the accumulations and the overall snowfall for those areas, but for Detroit, Michigan in general, I mean, I'll show you since I'm already on the models here. So here's CMC model. As we approach to that secondary storm here, I mean, you can literally see how, Detroit, I mean, could get a little bit here starting for the morning of the 9th, going through the afternoon of the 9th, and pretty much, could be a decent amount of snowfall. The GFS model, on the other hand, let's see here. So this model shows, let's see here. Yeah, look at this one. This one shows mostly rain. You see how you're more in the rain, you're more in the warm sector. So what's happening here is you're getting a lot of warm air advection, a lot of warm air advecting north, moving north. And you get a lot of colder air that's obviously, plowing up against the backside of the storm, which is allowing it to transition from, normal precipitation into frozen precip. So you can see that the big difference here. The position of that low pressure is almost everything. So once again, back to CMC model. Let's see here, 12 Zulu. CMC model has it, you're getting skimmed by some snow. Icon model here shows, honestly, kind of agreeing with the GFS in terms of mostly just keeping you in rainfall. So, anyways, Cheryl says, hi, Andrew. Sorry if I missed it. Have you covered Western Massachusetts, Upton, Massachusetts? I have, but I will be more than glad to help you out. So let's see here. Massachusetts, you guys in Massachusetts are going to get hit pretty good. You said Upton. Let's see here. Where was Upton? I forgot. It's not that much to look out for. It's probably right in front of my face, and I'm just not seeing it. You said Upton, right? Upton, Massachusetts. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right area. Where's Upton? Gonna find you eventually. So there's... Dude, where is Upton at? I am, legitimately curious now. I mean, Massachusetts, it's only such a big state. Let's see, Massachusetts. Upton, oh, okay, so you're kind of down here? Dude. Where's Upton, bro? Where is it? It should be, right in here. Anyways, that general area is expecting about a foot of snow, which is pretty crazy. Dude, I legitimately cannot find Upton. Is it higher up here? Dude. Sometimes this program's just really dumb, and I have to zoom in a mile in order to see it. But yeah, we're talking about a foot actually, which is a lot. Fan says, thanks, that was informative. You're very welcome. Other forecasts I've seen saying blizzard-like conditions. Nah. Oh, Midwest? Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, News Peak? Hope you're doing good. It's near Hopkinton. I seen where that was at for a second. Probably there it is right there. Maybe I'll zoom in so far into Hopkinton. Okay. Hopkinton. But yeah, about a foot is expected as of now. Doesn't matter. Yeah, pretty much all of... Oh, pretty much, it doesn't matter if it's all a foot in Massachusetts. Pretty much the entire state of Massachusetts has a good shot at possibly seeing a foot of snow. On the central side, you got good potential. When will northern parts of Wisconsin have heavy snow? What, northern parts of Wisconsin? Clinton County is blah, blah, blah. So Wisconsin, northern side. Honestly, I mean, yeah, because we're in an El Nino. Typical El Nino patterns, as you may or may not know, means less snow potential for you. I'm not saying you're going to see no snow this year, which more than likely you're definitely going to see a bit of snow. wow. A real big storm is in the late forecast for GFS, but this is 200 hours out. I'm not forecasting this right now. It's too far, way too far. The secondary storm system, eastern Wisconsin could get hit by it, but once again, we're just determining on exactly where that central low is going to be, because models are all over the place. But yeah, no really big storm I don't see right now. What do I use for severe weather models and soundings? I use a mixture of things. I use COD Meteorology, this site right here. But just make sure you know what you're doing, because yeah, a lot of people like to overhype scenarios based off of one model. I've seen it way too much. A lot of forecasters, quote unquote forecasters, think they know what they're doing by looking at one model and not all of them, which, yeah, it's a problem. We don't need any more of that. Let's see here. But anyways. But, yeah, we're probably going to head off here pretty soon, y'all. I mean, it is getting kind of late. It's 11 p.m. here. Gotta roll off here for a little bit and all that. But I appreciate y'all for joining us. You know, like I said, much appreciated. Let's go ahead and hop over here to radar real quickly. I want to go ahead and see what's going on. So, yeah, we have that bit of winter weather popping off already. Wow, you can really distinctly see that counterclockwise rotation just based off of the MEDAR stations here. So you see these little wind barbs here? They're pointing northwest, so the wind's coming from the southeast to the northwest. If you look over here by like New Mexico, you see how they're kind of coming up like this. So that's, you're getting low pressure there. Yep, some of them kind of go around like that too. I wonder where that low is at actually. That central low right now is actually over eastern New Mexico, right there. And it's going to continue to the northeast. Yeah, this is actually, by the way, guys, this is actually that storm, the one we're seeing here. Any news for Chicago? We're monitoring winter storm here for, like I said, we're monitoring winter storm for early week tomorrow. Or, just a reason I need to go to bed. Early week next week. We'll see. But there's still not enough information quite yet. She also says, thank you, no problem. Let's see here. Sorry, just got here. You're good. No worries. Pilot says Andrew is the GOAT forecaster. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. But all right, guys. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for now. Actually, I hear my mom pulling up, too. She just got home, and she might need some help with some things, so... We are going to include runoff here. Before we do, big shout out to our donators. We had a lot of support today from you guys. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and go through them. Proxy, the GOAT, for real. Proxy, let's just say it right off the bat. Proxy, thank you so much. We love you, Prox, for literally being a Category 4 member, which is crazy alone. And on top of that, gifting 10 memberships. On top of that, $50 on Venmo. On top of that, $40 in Super Chats today. Proxy, you're a legend. Thank you so much for the support. Carissa with a $10 Super Chat. Thank you so much, Carissa. Nick with a $5. Thank you so much once again. Carissa with another $5. Carissa, you are awesome. Let's see here. Christian with a $2 Super Chat. Thank you so much, Christian VR. Welcome to Tropical Stormer. Let's see here. Cheryl, thank you for becoming a Category 2 supporter. Pilot, thank you for the $5 Super Chat, my friend. Greatly appreciated. We also had John with a $5 donation on Venmo. And, yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Listen, y'all absolutely rock. We love y'all. Let's see. How far out from me? Meteorologists have 2 inches of snow. Remember where you live. That sounds really creepy. I remember where you live. I wouldn't even say that, honestly. If you're lucky, you'll even see a 1/10 of an inch. Let's see. Proxy, thanks for coming on tonight, Andrew. Let's see here. As well with any future dates, please know how much you appreciate YouTube, and all of us would be worse off without your presence and help. Thank you, Proxy. That means a lot to me. That really does. Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow. Like I said, we'll be live here literally every day, at least until Wednesday. Every day until next Wednesday, because we have a whole line full of stuff we need to cover. Tomorrow is going to be another update on the winter weather. Saturday is going to be live coverage on the winter weather and severe weather. Same thing for Sunday. Monday will be live coverage on severe thunderstorms and winter weather. Same thing for Tuesday, severe thunderstorms and winter weather. And Wednesday, depending on what's going on, I might take off because after all of that work, I'm gonna need a break. I mean, I haven't had a day off in a while. I've been streaming nonstop for I'm pretty sure weeks at this point. I don't even remember the last time I had a day off, honestly. But anyways, my friends, I'm glad to be here with y'all. I'm glad to help you guys. But like I said, we're gonna be live here for the next several days coming up. So you'll be seeing a lot on the channel, a lot of activity. Make sure if you've not already, consider subscribing, leaving a like, and most importantly, turning on the post notification bell. So that little bell icon once you subscribe, turn it on to all. That way, whenever we do go live, you get notified. So if there's severe weather in your area, you can hop in quickly and you can see what's going on. But all right, guys. Well, thank you. Let's see here. Hope to update my membership to Cat 5 once all my bills are paid. So about April this year. Proxy, you don't have to do that. I mean, seriously, just you being here, Proxy, is everything. So I appreciate it. Just know you don't have to do that, my friend. But all right, guys. Well, you all have a wonderful rest of your nights. A lot longer of a stream, actually, today. We were nearly going for 2 hours on this one. Not to mention, I think we did about an hour and a half on the members live stream. So we got a lot of information out for you guys. Probably helped out a lot of people. Very thankful for that. I am very, very, I'm very, very thankful for all of that. But anyways, guys, well, once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for all the supporters, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the mods for helping out. And all right, guys, well, stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, family, everybody you're hanging out here with in the chat. Go ahead and say your final goodbyes. But all right, guys, you all have a wonderful and safe night. Have a great day at school or work tomorrow, whatever you're doing. And enjoy the weekend coming up here. And be careful during these big storms, y'all. Seriously, be real careful. If you guys want to, maybe share this on your Facebook and Twitter pages. Obviously, to help reach out to a bigger audience, it would mean the world to me, and would obviously help out a lot of other people as well. But anyways, guys, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Be safe out there. Have a great day tonight, or a great night tonight, and a great day tomorrow. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow for some more updates. All right, guys, y'all take care. Much love to you, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. See you then.